Hey folks, Mayhem from Mayhem Gaming coming at you with an Anthem video today. So I recently decided to come back to this game to see what I could do for my Colossus build. I've been a Colossus main since day one and I've not regretted it not one time. The Colossus is an excellent damage dealing javelin, plus he is amazing at tanking damage. He is amazing at picking up teammates when they go down. All pluses. You're going to be the guy that pulls all the clutch moments for your team. And you're going to be the guy that everybody's dependent on when they go down. You're going to be the man if you're a Colossus. And my previous build was a melee build, which the current build still allows you to be a melee focused, but you do a lot more damage now with your ranged attack because of one particular piece of gear from the Cataclysm, and well, from the war chests to be specific, but it's Venom Storm, in case you didn't guess from the title of the video. Venom Storm allows you to do incredible amounts of range damage, and the principle behind it is you're going to be soaking up lots of damage to get your damage multipliers up to where they need to be. But that shouldn't be too hard because you're always taking damage. You're a Colossus. You don't, if you're dealing damage, your shield is down, which means you're taking damage, which means you're adding to your overall damage total in the end. Plus your support ability, if and when it does work, takes aggro away from your teammates. I don't think it works presently, but I think they're addressing that. Here in a moment you'll see that I'm going to hit a combo that's going to be 278,000 damage, and that's not counting the mortar volleys that lead up to it. So it's an incredible amount of damage that this build is capable of, and you can push it much higher with inscriptions that are optimized. Mostly combo damage and blast damage will help you. Okay, so the first ability that I'm using is Solvent Green. I'm not using it as a damage ability. I'm using it as the buff that it provides, which is 200% more combo damage. Okay, and as far as weapons go, I'm using Jar's Wrath. I know it's OP, but that's not why I'm using it. I'm using it for a primer. The secondary weapon, you just use whatever is good for the inscriptions. I have shield damage, or I have plus shields, but ideally you'd want plus armor instead. Okay, now Venom Storm, this is the big one. This is going to be your damage dealing component. And I happen to get one with plus 175% gear damage, which you don't need that, but that definitely helps. A Catalytic Overdrive is your first component, and it increases combo damage by 50%. Huge detonating combos increases ability damage by 40% for 20 seconds. It's going to add a lot of damage to your build. Like I said, you're still capable of doing lots of melee damage, and that's going to be how you get your health back. So Bloodlust is going to be huge. It increases melee damage by 75% for 10 seconds every time you kill an enemy. Plus it's got good inscriptions on it. The two that I said were the best. Okay, Demolition Tribute increases Colossus shield damage while sprinting by 300%. Melee hits will cause enemies to restore 20% armor when defeated. That's where you get your health back. Now this one is the interchangeable component. I use this one because I hate straggling behind everybody, but you can use what you want in that one. Shock Treatment increases ordnance launcher damage by 5%. Can't argue with that. Taking damage increases all damage by 8% for 10 seconds, stacking to 10. That's 80% more damage. You can't argue with that. Stalwart Badge increases maximum ammo capacity by 35% of base capacity. And when hit with a status effect, increases all gear damage by 40% for 10 seconds. That's how this build, all these damage multipliers, is how you're going to do the damage that you do. So the support ability, like I said, I think it's kind of broken at the moment, but I use Berserker's Cry. Okay. Now, if you're going to be doing GM3 content, you need to be using your sigils. And these are the ones that you're going to want to use. You're going to want armor, you're going to want combo. Very important. Well, that's all for this video. So until next time, keep it real.